Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, Redux version, normal difficulty. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 68, and we're here to give back to the storyteller. But first, let's do something with Princess here. She's bigger and better. Just another level, so we might as well spend the points. And we may also heal her because Ember has some pretty free healing spells here. Burn a couple of those. That's not a big deal, is it? There we go. I have my pet, and she doesn't have her pet out, which is, oh, it needs to wait, I guess. Yeah, so something's going on with that, but we'll figure it out. I need to rest so I can have it for a new day. But let's talk to Storyteller. The blind elf whispers something under his breath. Hearing your steps, he turns to you slowly. Greetings, Aaron. Have you brought me a new story? Take this crystal. What do you see? The storyteller takes the crystal and his face becomes twisted with evil rage, and a screeching cry bursts from his lips. The bloody stain spreads across your chest, and the storyteller's visions once again burst into your mind, just as they did in Canabras, when you brought him the stone chisel. My wings take me higher and higher, stirring storms, but even they cannot disperse the ball of darkness hanging in front of me. Stupid little maggot. You think you can fly as high as me? My cheeky opponent does not answer, and the wound under my heart continues to gush streams of blood, tainting the feathers of the black bolt and dripping into the dark waters of Ishiar. There is something wrong with this wound. My strength is dwindling too quickly. This means there is no time to waste. I'll grab her, scrunch her up, cut her with my claws, and throw her to the very bottom of the abyss. Quickly changing the direction of my flight, I rush forward and hit the center of the dark cloud. Well, where are you? My chest is thrust forward, ready to take any blow, and my claws are cutting through the air. But she is not here. She deceived me. The dark cloud was a fake. Where are you? Her triumphant laughter echoes over the black ocean. So insulting, so insolent and impetuous. Someone catch that laughter and choke it. You seem to be feeling the storyteller's raging emotions. They fill you with confusion. You shiver and lose your balance. The chaos in your head tangles your thoughts into a dense, discomforting ball. Who are you? You don't know me? I am the demon lord, Alenithi. Okay, that's a mouthful. Lady of Harpies, sweet-voiced mistress, and why can't they just make the names easy to pronounce? You don't have to make fantasy names impossible to pronounce, people. You just don't. Elenithia? Come on. Sweet-voiced mistress in seductive peril. My wings can embrace a mountain, and all in the abyss know my name. Yeah, they just can't pronounce it. Who are you fighting? That pathetic upstart, Nocticula. She attacked without warning and wounded me. Now she is hiding in her shadows, thinking she can get away from me. Your pathetic leathery wings can't compare with mine. What are you fighting for? For power, for might, for superiority, for the right to fly over these endless waters, for the right to seduce the unlucky ones of our choosing. One of us will perish, the other will rise and get everything the loser owns, and I will be the one to triumph. How will your fight end? The storyteller's voice changes. You hear a death rattle. She will win, overpower me, weaken my spirit, and my body will drop into the waters of Ishiar. The elf's voice becomes lower and lower, becoming denser and stronger like a stone that has decided to talk. From now on, I am blood. I set and thicken. I grow firmer, stronger. I crystallize. I gain edges. Power lies dormant in me, and I lie dormant in the dark. The storyteller's heavy words, like massive mauls, crush your soul into the dark abyss. They lie on your shoulders, pushing you down deeper and deeper. You don't want to breathe or live. You just want to lie down and never wake up. I thought the souls of demon lords went to the Rift of Repose after death. Yes, but not me. The one I used to be. She was supposed to go to a secret place, but someone stopped her, locked her in this body. She didn't want those who fell at her hand to return. She found a way to lock their power in their remains, and the power is still there. Who are you? I'm lying in the ground. Where are you? I'm lying in the ground in the depths. My paths are laid. I am asleep, waiting for greedy hands to touch me, gather me up, take my power for their own. What will happen to you next? You will take me out. Your hands will take me out of the cavern. The storyteller's voice calms. This is where the road to the past, the one open to me, ends. It leads to this very moment, but I see something else, the future, a possible future. Droplets of spittle fly from the old elf's mouth. His speech becomes furious and garbled, his voice trembling with tension. Ah, it hurts. The crystal is so huge. She's implanting it, sewing it into living flesh, my flesh, and it oozes power, soaking my flesh and blood, flowing in my veins. I am rage. I am agony. I am violence made flesh. Overcoming the scarlet rage seizing your mind, you get through the stream of insults and mangled words flying from the storyteller's lips. Who are you, and whom do you serve? I am a humble demon whose old name doesn't matter. From now on, everyone will call me the Horned Horror. Lady Hepzibah will lead me into battle, where I will crush her enemies. No, I will destroy them with my horrifying grunting that will rip their pathetic flesh from their meager carcasses. Who is implanting the crystal into you? Mutasafan, that cunning one with snake eyes, one of the fosterlings of the upstart Arilu. My mistress Hepzibah ordered him to do it. She has many such crystals. I am not the first or the last to have had this done to them. Mutasafan is weak and mortal spawn, but even he improves with practice. You see, I am alive, unlike the pathetic unfortunates who went first. You feel the thirst for blood, the heat that pulses through a warrior before an imminent fight, the pride swelling within the demon that is speaking through the storyteller, that power that he yearns to feel as soon as possible, the duty that he intends to embrace with honor. What fight awaits you? We are going to fight Nocticula. That winged upstart has been troubling our Lord Baphomet for too long. Time to remove her from the board. How do you expect to defeat Nocticula in her dominion? We have followers in Alushanira. They will strike from the inside, cripple her, drain her blood, and then our army will bring down all its might, given to us by the miraculous crystals, and Nocticula and her pathetic servants will fall. The storyteller's vision fades, and with it the terrible heat in your chest. The old elf comes back from his dream with a helpless sigh. A horrible vision. I am completely exhausted. I never expected to touch the memories of a fallen demon lord who had never found peace in the Rift of Repose. I shared your visions with you again. Like when you brought me the stone chisel in Canabras. Strange. Could it be that those two objects are connected to each other or to you? The crystals are demon blood. Yes, hardened blood in which the spiritual power of the perished demon lord is sealed. In this case, the power of Alinthia, who was killed in battle and locked in her own remains in this unusual way. So this city is built on Alinthia's corpse. In a manner of speaking, yes. After the spiritual power of Alinthia did not go to the Rift of Repose, Nocticula began to transform her dead body, forcing it to expand and assume a more solid, static form. I can only guess what a nightmare this imprisonment was for Alinthia's spiritual essence. How can the stone grant powers? I suppose that it happens as a result of some merging process, after which the unspent power of a demon lord will literally flow into the body of the one who uses the stone. Alright. I have a brilliant idea, the old elf says. The stone knife you showed me in Canabras. Do you still have it? Can I examine it again? Frowning, the storyteller stands for a while holding the knife. Finally, he returns the weapon to you and says heavily, "No question. The knife is made from the hindering crystal. No, not made. This stone is the hardened blood of a demon lord. And considering you found it in the square in devastated Canabras, the blood certainly belonged to Discari and was shed in battle." I see. Well, I want to replenish my supplies. Take a look, he says. See how quickly that conversation changed? Well, that's interesting. So the crystals are the demon blood of a demon that didn't go to the Rift of Repose. Oh, how interesting. I'm not going to get rid of Radiance, but what else do we have? Radiant Kukri. I suppose I can get rid of that. Speed, composite longbow. Short sword +2. Glaive +3. You can light crossbow. Heavy crossbow, degradation. We'll hang on to that. Balanced. Anything that's named, I'm going to hang on to, and just except for Scream of Pain, because I don't have anybody who can use that. Dead Eye. Axiomatic enhancement +4. Okay, that's fun. Land should probably have that. Lethal Conductor, that's a dagger. Quarterstaff. Cast Illusion Spells, we're saving that. Yeah, we're saving all this stuff. I don't think I have anything else I really want to get rid of for right now. What's he have? Dragonfall. Medium armor. Scale mail. Grants a wielder +4 insight bonus to AC against dragons. Also +2 insight bonus on attack, damage rolls, and saving throws against dragons. Wow. That'd be neat if we actually, like, fought more dragons. Oh, I don't want all of that diamond dust, but that's nice of the game to think that I do. I want some more, because we're low on it. Dang it. This game. Yeah, let's do something like this. What's that? That gives me 60 more of those. Deal. Maybe I should just buy them all. Alright. Dinosaur bones. How much for all of those? 4,000? Oh, that's easy. Grab those. We're going to want those. Robe of Virtue. +2 dodge bonus to AC and a +2 competence bonus on attacks of evil. Only Monk of Good Alignment can wear it. Can she wear it? What is this? +2 dodge bonus to AC, which I think she might already have. A +2 competence bonus on attacks against... +2 competence bonus on attacks against evil enemies. Only Monk of Good Alignment can wear it. How much is it? 34,000? Let's buy it just in case she can wear it. Gloves of Martial Excellence. I mean, just in case it's useful. It's hard for me to know without knowing what her current bonuses are. Additional 1d8 bludgeoning damage on hits with unarmed attacks, and a +10 competence bonus. I don't think, other than our animals, that all they have is bite attacks. Killing Blow, Constitution +4. The belt's next spell. Oh, extended. Don't care about that. Ring of Boreal Might. Has the ability to cast spells spontaneously. It grants them the ability to cast the following spells. Ice, Storm, Cold. Yeah, a bunch of cold spells if they can cast spells spontaneously. The only person who'd really be useful to wear that is this, because we're not taking Ember's current rings off. Crushing Presence. Headband of Charisma +6. Push all enemies in a 15-foot area 10 feet away and suffer. Caster level bludgeoning damage. Can be used 3 times per day. It's not really that important. There's an extend metamagic. There's a reach metamagic rod. Those are nice. I'm not going to buy one, but they're nice. Meteor does. Scribe scrolls. Group potions. Okay. Yeah, sure. So that's that. And then, sure. I want to spend the night here. Let's just do that. I don't need to camouflage anything, but... Oh, protective rituals. Let's go you, darling. And actually, let's go you. You and him. Like this. Okay, yeah. He says it's protected against demons. I'm not sure it's protected against corruption, though. So. Interesting. Yeah, impact of corruption weakened. Okay. Cool. Well, what's next, then? What's next? The art of making friends. The truth about the origin of the Nahindrian crystals has been ascertained. All that remains is to go to Shamira and share this recently acquired knowledge. Or perhaps not. Everyone knows that the demon instinct is to rebel at all costs. Sometimes conspicuous disobedience can lead to greater respect and diligent service. Rapture of the Rupture. Go on a date to the Battle Bliss Arena. Oh yeah, we have to do that. And the Wicked. We gotta get Nocticula and Ember up together. Okay. Talk to Shamira. Walking try to secure an audience with the Stranger's ruler. So those are all kind of connected. Alright then. Well. In that case. Friends. Neighbors. What is this for? What is this thing for? What is this hand? The treasure is here, behind the wall. It's mine. I found it. I couldn't take it for myself, but it's here. Treasure, mine, behind the wall. Yeah, but we already grabbed that treasure, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Oh, so he calls it behind the wall, because it tilts and it looks like a wall. I assume that's what it's talking about. To the second floor. We have to do this weird little everybody stand around it thing instead of standing on it. What are we going to do? Jump? It's so odd. It's just an odd thing because now we're on it and it's lowering. Why would we not want to just get in the middle of it and go? I don't know. Some people make some very confusing video game things. Do not understand. Alright, out we go. Dooby dooby doo. Well, let's go on our date at the Battle Bliss. We're so very close to getting out of this place. It's been fun, but it feels like it's time to move on. Doesn't it? You ever have one of those whiskers in your beard that just curls back on yourself and is constantly tickling you and you're like, I gotta get rid of that. I can't jerk it out because I can't get a hold of it. It's just a tickly sucker. Alright, where's the nearest portal to the Mage's Tower? Yeah, I don't want to go there. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Get down here. The Battle Bliss is below. Right here we can... There we go. This is awesome. There's a portal right there. Take us to the Battle Bliss. And then the Harem of Ardent Dreams, the art of making friends. And Rapture of the Rupture. Okay. Well then. I'm not 100% sure what choices I made last time when I did this. When I did this quest. This is technically the third time I've played through the game, but this is the second time I've got to Illusionera. Because the first time I played through the game, I quit somewhere in Act 3 before I even got this far. I was just like, got to the rage quitting. Valexia. For your date, Valexia has exchanged her previous dress for an equally elegant outfit. The blood-red hue of her new gown seems particularly fitting considering the activities of the arena. There you are, Aaron. Let's hurry to the box reserved for distinguished guests. I am determined not to let you enjoy the spectacle from any other seats. Your new dress is very elegant. She can't even take a compliment without running away. The demon blushes slightly and gives you a pleased smile. I am flattered that you notice such things, especially here in the arena, where there are so many other sights to capture your attention. Speaking of which, the fight is about to start. Oh. Nope. A fierce battle unfolds in the arena. The bloody freak surges forward, launching into a brutal attack against Atselm. Atselm desperately tries to resist the onslaught, but the bloody freak is relentless. He strikes one furious blow after another, showing no signs of exhaustion or fatigue as he bears down on his opponent. Atselm attempts to fight back against her enemy with quick, sudden strikes, but fails to find an opening. Her movements begin to slow, and her footsteps leave behind a crimson trail of blood. Velexia observes you closely. Her eyes sparkle with lively curiosity, and you are forced to turn your attention away from the fight as she asks, "Slavery is the cornerstone of our life in the Abyss, and the gladiator fights are a very popular source of entertainment. How are such shows perceived on your homeland of Galarian? What is your view of slavery?" "Slavery is disgusting." Velexia recoils slightly in mock horror, and then she bursts out laughing. "I can see that a genuine passion burns in your heart, and that you are willing to fight for your beliefs until the end. I like that." With a victorious growl, the bloody freak hurls himself recklessly at his rival. Appears to be exhausted from her wounds. However, Atselm was merely feigning weakness. She dodges at the last moment and strikes a resounding blow. Blood gushes from the demon's wound, and his growl of rage gives way to a howl of desperation. Velexia glances disinterestedly at the arena, then returns her attention to you. She's clearly more interested in conversation than in watching the fight. Nevertheless, even Galarians who are not enslaved are often forced to fight by those in authority. Yet they still charge into battle with as much zeal as those two gladiators down in the arena. So tell me, what gives them the motivation to fight? What do they hope to achieve? Those who are worthy fight for their freedom. And as for the rest, they fight because they are obedient to the will of their masters. The demon nods her approval. I can see that you are insightful enough to notice the invisible chains and collars that bind your skin, your kin. Such a depth of perception is truly commendable. Skin, kin, it's kind of the same. Oh, she's stabbing him good. Atselm, no longer putting up a pretense of weakness, advances against the bloody freak, dealing him several painful blows. She strikes with precision, drawing blood, but never delivering a fatal blow. The audience goes wild as Atselm toys with their opponent, and the smell of blood hangs heavy in the air. There is no doubt that the merciless symphony of violence being played out in the arena will soon reach its deadly crescendo. Oh, you forgot. He's got rage, darling. But the bloody freak isn't finished. He lets out a monstrous, bloodthirsty howl. It reverberates around the arena as he channels his powerful rage into one last brutal attack. He strikes as swift as lightning, and Atselm's flurry of blows is brought to a sudden halt. She sways slightly, then doubles over as if embracing the blade that was just plunged through her body. Then, with another primal roar, the demon cuts her down, dispatching his weakened opponent in one powerful strike. Velexia watches Atselm closely. She muses thoughtfully, but every warrior will meet their death eventually. How do Galarians face the end of their life? Are they scared of death? Do they despise it? Or do they welcome it as a friend? Death is death in the end. We should live a life to the fullest while there's still breath in our lungs. You have such a passion for life, Velexia says. I've never seen such a depth of feeling. Most people are afraid of their emotions. They lack the courage to show their true feelings, so they try to keep them hidden with tricks and distractions that disguise the cowardice of their souls. The screams and howls of the crowd are deafening. The bloody freak, oblivious to his numerous wounds, basks in the admiration of the audience. The arena master's voice rings out across the balconies. All hail the winner! Hail the bloody freak! Hepzibah rises from her place and announces loudly, I want this bloodthirsty fighter to be my servant. From now on, he is my slave, and anyone insolent enough to object will face my wrath. If you outbid Hepzibah for this gladiator, you'll wipe the smirk off her arrogant face. Valexia averts her gaze, but fails to hide her mischievous smile. A positively delightful idea. I can't resist. Oh, what you do to me. You've discovered my weakness. Only moments ago, Hepzibah commanded the attention of the entire audience as she boasted about her power. However, when Valexia rises from her seat, all eyes turn toward the succubus. I dare to challenge the claim of the most esteemed Hepzibah. I am touched by this fighter's tenacity. He has found a way to my heart, and I wish to make him my bodyguard. If anyone dares to argue against my right to make such a claim, they can say it to my face. The arena master glances cautiously at Hepzibah, then turns to Valexia and gives her a respectful nod. The crowd erupts into jeers and shouts, clearly enjoying the public humiliation of Baphomet's daughter. Hepzibah bellows and utters wild curses, and the sounds of her wrath shake the arena. But Valexia ignores her threats with a look of magnificent disdain and gives you a sly smile. This was so exciting, Valexia says. I've enjoyed our time together here at the arena. However, I cannot resist the urge to appear with you somewhere in high society. I'm sure you wouldn't say no to attending a private reception with me at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. Shamira has prepared something special for her guests, and I would very much like for you to experience it with me. I shall wait for you at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. You really must come. I simply won't take no for an answer. Valexia suddenly pauses as she's about to leave. She turns toward you with a look of gentle reproach. Oh, you should have reminded me. I nearly forgot. After such a wonderful time together, you must become a regular guest. I insist. Please accept this little gift as a reminder that the doors of my manor are always open to you. This coin is the key to the teleportation arch located in the upper city. I would not normally give something like this to my ordinary guests, but there's nothing ordinary about you, is there? Hey, so we got another coin. That's great. Well then, onward. And now, we have to go to the Harem of Ardent Dreams. Where is the Harem of Ardent Dreams at? I think it's up at the... Is it the Harem? Well, we got a direct line to it, so let's just go. Like, which part of the city is it in? It doesn't matter. Well, here we are. To the Harem of Ardent Dreams. Does anything bad happen in here? I can't quite recall. Just gonna add a couple of buffs here, just because I'm not entirely sure what happens in here. It's been a fair bit of time since I've had to deal with that. Also, I want to put that shirt on here that we bought, and people are probably screaming at me saying, use it! Okay, so, let's see. Yeah. +2 dodge bonus to AC. Does she already have a dodge bonus to AC? She's got a +1 dodge bonus to AC. So that should give her another one. We'll see. We'll see how it stacks up when we're looking at the numbers later. Belt of a venerated champion. Constitution +6. Okay. That's just, there's a lot of stuff there, and I really should go. Spirit trackers. Oh yeah, spirit weapon enhancement. Right. Claws of the Sacred Beast. Unarmed attack. See, I don't think these count, do they? They can't wear these. Oh, they can. Claws of the Sacred Beast. +1, 1d8 slashing damage on an unarmed attack. What are these? 1d6 bludgeoning damage, critical hits made with natural weapons. He doesn't have natural attacks, so it doesn't matter. She does, if we wanted to put him on bismuth. Biz, what are you doing? You don't have any more gear? Somehow your gear got taken off you. Okay, well, you got plus 29 strength. You want to give you some more strength? Physical flow. Strength, dexterity. Or do we have, like, strength and con? Or dex. Let's just give you this one. And a necklace. Natural armor plus 2. And... oh, yeah. Braces of armor plus 3. Braces of armor plus 2. This will give you, what? Yeah, 41. This is plus 1. Put something on your head. Keep your helmet. AC against undead creatures. Sure. Why not? Robe. Cloak. So this... these claws give the wearer plus 1 enhanced bonus on attack and damage rolls. These gloves have claws that deal slashing damage on an unarmed attack. Does his natural attacks aren't the same thing as unarmed attacks, so it's not going to matter. Finesse wielding, gore. Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's not the same thing. That wouldn't count. What is this? Braces of Eldritch Scholar. Oh, those are nice. How come you're not wearing those? Oh yeah, because she's doing more damage dual wielding. What happens if I put these on you? Nothing, because she's already got mage armor on, so. Whenever the wearer of this cloak has no enemies around. No, that's not going to be anybody. Oh yeah, and there's this helm. Plus 4 bonus to initiative. Actually, that'd be a good one for you to have. Move faster. That'd be wonderful. Righteous, rigorous training, plus 6 wisdom. Yeah. Twisted temptation. Okay. I think we're good for now. Oh yeah. And I love that I can do this. Move you guys. Stop. 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 I love it. I love that you can do that now. That's so nice. Okay. Let's go in here and see what happens. A little bit of finagling with the stuff there. These guys, these guards are positively badasses. Alexia says, it was a good idea of mine to introduce you to high society at this reception. We are the subject of gossip among the guests. I heard them whispering about how we showed up together. You look stunning in your new outfit, as usual. Alexia covers her mouth with her hand as she gives an elegant little laugh. I certainly couldn't go out wearing the same dress as last time, could I? Would have bored you. Moreover, I would have bored myself. Shamira, the ardent dream. Ooh, and who's this? Giant bug shows up. Shamira's voice rings out through the hall. All arise! The proceedings will now begin with the dispensation of false justice. I, Shamira, the ardent dream, will perform the duties of judge. The rights of prosecution will be granted to anyone acquainted with rage and hatred, and the part of the defender will be given to time and blind fate. All the participants are obligated to show due dread and obedience to the decisions of the court. Now, our first case is brought by the assassin Dogward against the bodyguard for hire Catrol. Dogward accuses Catrol of being exceedingly nimble and dexterous. This excessive dexterity enabled the defendant to foil 3 assassination attempts against his employer, thus preventing the plaintiff from fulfilling his contract. Alexia is more interested in having a conversation than watching the sham trial. You know, Aaron, after our last visit to the Battle Bliss, I've been thinking a lot about the customs of Galarian. Despite our differences, we actually have a lot in common. Our actions and desires stem from the same passions, except when it comes to... Her eyes widen with excitement, and she utters a word that is as foreign to the abyss as you are. To love. 'Tis common knowledge that demons know nothing about love. So why don't you explain it to me? It is passion, physical attraction, something that pushes you to do all kinds of crazy things. Crazy things? It's been 1,000 years since I last did anything truly crazy. How intriguing. This sounds too good to be true. Are you trying to lure me into a trap? Alexia laughs teasingly. The chaotic choices are probably going to be good here. I don't think I made those last time. Growling with rage, Cattrall the bodyguard has his head chopped off with a giant axe for being too good at his job. The crowd roars its approval, and the beaming plaintiff counts his coins. Is it not true that love restricts freedom, and that its harsh constraints can sometimes lead to cruel, evil deeds? Does not love force people to act contrary to their desires and subordinate them to the object of their affection? Do not even the most loving souls feel occasionally regret about trading away their freedom for love? Haven't the most terrible betrayals been committed for the sake of love? Doesn't unrequited love cause mortals to commit suicide, and isn't rejection the reason they often resort to violence and other terrible crimes? I am most curious to hear your answer to these things. I am against all constraints. Free love always triumphs. As for crimes, well, no one ever said that love wasn't dangerous. Alexia repeats your words slowly as if tasting them. Free love, dangerous. That sounds thrilling and perilous. I love games like that. The execution has the audience in an uproar. The demons howl their approval, and Shamira has to raise her voice to be heard above the noise. Next, we'll hear the case of Varsa, the Nose Cutter. He attacked 2 of Elutionira's visitors from another plane, even though the Great Nocticula made it clear that they were under her protection. Varsa, the Nose Cutter, tracked down his victims in the upper city and killed them with his glaive. Then he robbed them and cut off their tongues and noses. The scrawny demon doesn't look like a hardened killer. He writhes in shackles, yelling hysterically. But I'm not Varsa the Nose Cutter. I don't even know who that is. My name is Sharzel, and I've never been to the upper city. I'm not allowed to enter, even though that's where a slaver of my status should live. Besides, I've never held a glaive in my life. This is all Hebsomira's fault. She wanted to buy my slaves at half price, and I refused to sell. And now she's taking revenge against me and plans to get her hands on my slaves. Alexia says, it seems to me that love is like a living creature. Sometimes it behaves one way, and at other times another way. It is contradictory and inconsistent. It leads to both good and bad outcomes, and like every living creature, it is bound to die eventually. After all, every love, no matter how strong, is doomed to die. Is that not so? Ember nods seriously. That is true. Love always ends. It either ceases to be love or is lost altogether when the one we love dies. That is why we mortals value love so much. We know that it'll be over before we are ready. And love never goes away. Old love just gives way to new love. Alexia maintains her composure, but you can see the corners of her mouth twitch and her eyes twinkle mischievously. This is all madness. True madness. Everything you say is nonsense and empty fantasies, yet I find them impossible to resist. My head is spinning. What have you done to me, my cunning friend? Oh. Shamira the Ardent Dream shouts to be heard above the screams of Varsa the Nose Cutter. The court finds the evidence of the indicted person's innocence to be quite convincing. However, false justice requires every sin to be punished, so therefore, I hereby declare that this demon is Varsa the Nose Cutter, and he shall be executed without further delay. Shamira throws a conspiratorial glance at Hebsomira, who stands nearby. The latter grins and bows mockingly. Shamira announces loudly, and the last crime for Dede is the most harmful and treacherous. Turn a deaf ear to Shamira's words. Alexia listens. Oh, well, we're interrupted before we can read. Alexia listens to the ruler of Elutionaire with great interest, but when she catches your glance, she turns her attention to you eagerly. Thank you for our conversation. I expected to find it interesting, but I had no idea that our discussion would be so thought-provoking. I am so glad I decided to come here with you, and I sincerely hope that you'll visit me again. I hope to see you at my manor soon. I host small receptions for the most interesting and noteworthy residents of the upper city. Conversations at these receptions are always entertaining. If you were to attend, we could continue our discussion about love. Of course, I seriously doubt my guest would be as interested in this topic as I am, so perhaps we should finish our conversation in private. I hope to see you soon, sweet Erin. Don't stay away too long. I'm looking forward to your next visit. That went a bit different than the last time that I did that quest. So that's interesting. The chaotic choices are pretty cool. Let's see, who's here? Shamira, the Ardent Dream. Should we tell her this stuff? Let's see what happens. Don't bother me while I'm dispensing false justice. Let's go to the party then. While I'm dispensing false justice. That's pretty funny. Well then, I dare say. We need to go to her. Where is this? To the upper city. Yeah, so we need to go to Rapture of the Rupture. An invitation to Valexia's mansion. Alright. As we inch toward the end here. Terrace of the Favored Mistress. Yes. Well now. Where is Valexia's mansion? Then the Mage's Tower. Portal up. Palace of Incest and Degeneracy. Is that where we want to go? Go to the Rapture of the Rupture. That's where we want to go, isn't it? Rapture. Oh, do we need to go up? Yes, we do. Ratso. In that case, I think what I'll do is trim. So here we are. The Rapture of the Rupture. Close this out if we can. Valexia's demeanor has changed since the last time you saw her. She looks at you with a mixture of boredom and irritation. When she greets you, her friendliness no longer seems genuine, but forced and insincere. Here is our long-awaited guest. The performance is about to begin, and there is so much new talent here today. I wonder if any of them will entertain me. I'm starting to suspect that you are losing interest in our conversations. Alexia throws you a withering glance and mutters something under her breath before she answers. In that case, you should act fast, before you lose what remains of my interest. And there's her big bodyguard, the big bloody ratty savage dude. Alright. So all of a sudden she's lost interest in us. Why? Because the plot requires her to. I like this big old eyeball thing bouncing around back here. This is pretty cool. Alexia claps her hands imperiously, and one of the performers begins to sing a heartfelt ballad in a deep, velvety voice. Alexia looks tired, and her eyes are full of sadness. There's a wistful note in her voice as she asks, "Tell me, how did you end up here in the abyss? You are not one of us. Our ways are foreign to you. Why did you come to our world?" Whisper to the hand of the inheritor, "What do you think is going on?" The hand's voice is grim. "This is the finale. The performance is about to end. As I've already told you, Valexia's temper is volatile, and now you can see the proof of my words. She has grown tired of her new Galarian companion, and will unleash her anger upon you at any moment. If you can surprise her, you might buy yourself some time. Otherwise, you should be prepared for a fight. We are now in this wild creature's lair, and our enemies have us cornered." Well, surprise her means we should probably not choose the chaotic choices. We'll go for evil. Let's choose something else. It is what my queen ordered me to do. Alexia sounds slightly irritated. "Do you always follow your queen's orders? She is the one who does all your thinking for you. Perhaps I'd be better off talking with her and not you." The demon interrupts the ballad with an impatient clap of her hands. The singer quails beneath her imperious gaze and hurries away. Another performer steps forward, dressed as a jester. Here is another one for you, distinguished guests. How many mortals would it take to paint this manor? Good question. Depends how hard you throw them at the walls. Oh, haha, so funny. That wailing was starting to annoy me, Alexia says. What do we have next? Oh, another fool has decided to entertain me with jokes. Well, as far as I'm aware, laughing at cripples and the misfortunate is popular on Galarian as well. If you ask me, it's a primitive form of entertainment. Still, you mortals seem to enjoy it, even though you try to pretend yourselves different from us creatures of vice and evil. Now that I'm thinking about it, what is the difference between demons and Galarians? We represent order, and you represent chaos. The demon shrugs indifferently. So what? Those are just labels. You force yourself to live a certain way so that you can fit into some arbitrary category. Then you categorize everyone else, putting them all into little boxes so that you can distinguish yourself from anyone who isn't like you. And then you do it again and again, dividing the world into little boxes that grow smaller each time. But that is the very definition of chaos. Chaos is a lack of uniformity. There's plenty of chaos in Galarian. Alexia dismisses the gesture with a wave of her hand. A scrawny spellcaster comes forward and immediately conjures up two illusions that begin to fight violently with one another. I'll cut off your wings, put you in chains, and teach you obedience. May death take you, you despicable beast. Light will prevail. Alexia rolls her eyes in exasperation, and her voice is unpleasantly shrill. Deep down, I am beginning to wonder if you are worth my time. Why should I desire your company? What more do you have to offer? Because chivalry and honor are concepts that are entirely foreign to your other suitors. Alexia gazes at you with a mixture of pity and revulsion, as if you were a kitten that's been run over by a wagon. What need have I for your chivalry? Have I been abducted by a dragon? Or perhaps the evil ruler of a neighboring kingdom wants to steal my virginity? If I needed a knight in shining armor, I would have gone to the flesh markets and bought myself a dozen of them. Alexia snaps her fingers in irritation, and magic sparks fly from her fingertips. The performers, who were unlucky enough to provide the evening's entertainment, begin to scream in pain. Their bodies change shape, density, and color. In a matter of moments, they have been completely transformed into a set of whimsically decorated furniture. The pieces of furniture creak sadly as if lamenting their bitter fate. No. Furniture. Alexia is clearly tired of you, and the polite words she forces out from between her clenched teeth do the poor job of hiding her frustration. I must admit that our time together has brought me a certain degree of amusement. However, I do not intend for us to meet again. I ask that you take this humble gift as a sign of my affection, and in fond memory of our pleasure of our conversations you used to provide. The succubus hands you an elegant piece of jewelry. This is one of my latest creations. It has an intelligent mind of its own. It is certainly far more clever and sophisticated than many living creatures I know. The jewelry will identify the most important traits and features of its owner, and then it will enhance those abilities. It is a rare and valuable gift. I hope you appreciate its worth. And now I must ask you to leave. I have grown tired of your company. Show her Finian. Do you know anything about this? What's this you're doing? Alexia narrows her eyes as she examines Finian. Do you really think I would release such a poor craftsmanship into the world? Words fail me. However, I have seen work like this before. It was done by an incompetent, untalented individual who called himself Bladesmith. He showered me with compliments and asked to be my apprentice, but in truth, he just wanted to learn my secrets. Needless to say, I refused him in no uncertain terms. Well, let's see what he managed to learn on his own. It looks like he lacked the skills to copy my transformation spells, and he clearly had no idea what he was doing. This is disgustingly crude work. The soul didn't fill the shape completely, and part of it is still lost somewhere. To tell you more, I need to disassemble this sample. Finian says, don't even think about it. You demons are always looking for a reason to start dismembering people. If we were here to fight instead of talk, I'd be more than a match for you, sweetheart. You'd have a tough time taking me down. How abominable. Its mind seems flawed too. The bladesmith should have called himself the bungler, because that would have been more accurate. Just look at this. He was clearly incapable of selecting the right kind of soul and transforming it properly. A waste of material. Thank you for your time. I enjoyed our meetings. Now I must go. We get out of here without a fight. Our dates were unforgettable, and now I ask that you leave as soon as possible. Otherwise, you have to fight her. So what you have to do is choose one option and then choose a different option when you get here. We chose all the chaotic options on the way up to here, pretty much, and then we chose the lawful ones, and that allowed us to get out of here without a fight. Hand of the Inheritor. Valexia granted you her patronage. Though her interest did not last long, this affair has still brought you recognition and the fear and respect of Evolutionary's many residents. I must ask you to be honest with me. Do you like all of the attention? I am a crusader, and I remember my duty. And that means you are as strong as ever in your convictions. The souls who fell victim to the promises of cruel Valexia are beyond count, but your resilience in the face of temptation deserves my wholehearted respect. Yes, it does. So would you and the Queen please stop questioning me? I know what I'm doing. Alright, well. That gets us one more foot closer to the finish line. What it looks like now is this. Walking on corpses. Explore the mines around the Nexus, which would try to secure an audience with the city's rulers. Talk to Shamira. Yes, we need to go see her. The commander's exploits are the subject of every conversation in Evolutionary. The only thing remaining is to win the favor of the most influential person in the city. After. Not Ticula. Well. Okay. So we have her patronage. That does beg the question of what to do next. And how to go about doing it. Yeah, yes, I assume you're coming over here. Thank you. Strange place. Well, I'll make a little... Oh, not there. Not there. This way. Down. Portal down. Okay, what do I want to do? It's not entirely clear. It seems like we shouldn't tell Shamir what we're doing, but we're going to have to. So let's go to the Harem of Ardent Dreams and not tell her what we're going to tell her about the crystals. Let's see how that works out. She should be done dispensing false justice. It's a pretty funny thing. Okay. We managed to get out of here without a fight so far, but let's not count our chickens before we hatch here. I feel like we're about to walk into something. Like I said, it's just been so... The game is so long, and I'm playing so many other games right now, too, that I've forgotten how a lot of this shakes out. After she notices you, Shamira gives you a displeased frown and irritably asks, "You again? Have you no friends that you must keep coming here to chat with me? Or perhaps Though I find this extremely hard to believe, you are not completely useless and have something of interest to me. I have completed your task. So speak, if you have, but use your mind instead of flapping your lips. Your mind! I know that you have done much to win Shamira's favor, but my heart tells me that helping her would lead to evil. Forget everything I've told you. We'll find another way to complete our mission. It is wrong to fight evil by increasing the power of another evil. Reject the promises of the ardent dream, and we'll leave this place before we betray ourselves and our ideals. Alright. Screw you. You can stew in your ignorance. What? You little piece of filth. Shamira's magic crashes over your will. In the heat of Shamira's magic, your mind melts like wax. Your knowledge of Nehirian crystal surfaces. Okay. Suddenly the heat subsides, banished by a gust of mountain wind, cool and clear. The hand of the Inheritor's voice thunders inside your head. Hold on, champion. Together we will overpower the magic of this fiend. Fight to the end. You can't break me. Cursing, Shamira brings more force to bear against you. A vein pulses on your temple. Failed another will check. Okay, does it tell me? 31 difficulty class, 2d20, and I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2. Finally, she smiles in satisfaction. I've learned everything I need now. Get out. Okay, well, let's see if I can pass that check. I continue to fail these rolls. Try to use Ember here to give us protective luck and try to get the rolls working our way. It feels extra punitive that you have to do 3 rolls, and they are increasingly difficult. So now we had to roll an 18 to have a chance. You lost. So Shamira's last blow is not strong enough to break you. You force the Lucianera's ruler out of your mind, delivering a brutal parting blow. You failed. Get out of my head. Shamira reclines on a throne exhausted and hisses through clenched teeth. You cretin, get out of my hair now. A buzzing hum rises among the throng of spectators who witnessed your confrontation. You hear angry curses directed at you, but they ring hollow. For the first time in centuries, Shamira has received a public dressing down, and witnessing it was a true delight for the assembled demons. And we got a bunch of experience from it, which is why you want to do it. So that took about 10
You are most curious,
rerolls. And it's Nocticula. Oh, you are rather intriguing yourself.
There's a reason they call me Nocticula, the Lady in Shadow. My words and thoughts are shrouded in darkness.
I take it I finally have your attention.
Yes, your arrival in Alashanira was quite impressive. Rumors have reached me even here, behind my locked gates and my wall of valiant guards. Rumors of a remarkable Galarian taking my Alashanira by storm.
So what do you need?
I would like to meet you in person, my remarkable and daring Galarian guest. You have been granted a great honor, an audience with a lady in shadows. You have my permission to enter the palace. Go there and wait. I will arrive when the time is right. Until then, you will be taken care of by one of my servants.
And there we have it. Exactly what we needed all along. An audience with Nocticula. Yay, we did it. We did it. We did it. Very cool. Middle city. We got to get to the upper city. So that's going to conclude this episode. We will go see Nocticula, and we will probably conclude this chapter of Wrath of the Righteous next episode. It'll be a lot of fun to get this knocked out and then get on to chapter 5, the final chapter. So let's move, and we need the palace. So we'll head up this way. And I will bid you all adieu as we land outside the doors. And thank everybody for watching, as always. We took a little bit of damage there on that whole thing. That took about 10 tries, though, to go through and have to keep doing over and over and over the rolls. Thank goodness for Protective Luck, or I'd have never made it. I'm pretty sure that benefited me. So even with Protective Luck, it still took like 5 more tries, because that third one I just kept failing on. Folks, thanks for watching. As always, if you dig it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave questions and comments down below. Consider joining my Patreon. I'll see you all next time. Happy gaming. We're almost there. Chapter 4 coming to a close. Thanks for watching.